Hey everyone, so I'm going to do an all signs for Mercury retrograde. I'm just going to pull a few cards. I always say that and it ends up being a ton of cards. So we'll see. I'm pulling from the Dreamkeeper's Tarot today and the Urban Crow Oracle. And then at the end, I'm going to get you something from The Universe Has Your Back, just as a little parting gift of wisdom. These are just, I don't know, they're kind of like affirmations. I have no idea where the book is to this deck, so I'm not reading anything beyond that. I will, however, potentially read from the Urban Crow if I feel guided to. So we're going to just go ahead and start with Aries. And we're going to look at what you might need to redo, what you might need to remix, and what you might need to rethink, okay? So basically something that you might have to do over or tie up loose ends with, something like this. Remix is like something you might need to tweak or fine-tune, change in some way. And rethink is going to represent like what you might need to look out for or reconsider, that could be something you're doing now or something you're thinking about doing. So rethink is just kind of going to be what to look out for in the final position, because as most of you probably know, Mercury retrograde is riddled potentially with transportation issues, communication issues, you know, computer malfunctioning, anything mechanical, or in movement, things like this in our thinking and communication are potentially affected. And this retrograde, which officially starts on the 25th, is in Sagittarius. And no offense to the Sagittariuses. My mom is a Sagittarius, and that's actually in my 6th house. And I'm also a 9th house sun, okay? And my Mercury is in the 9th house in Aries, but Aries is my 9th house. 9th, 10th house, actually. But anyway, my point is, Sagittarius, no offense, in my opinion, is already a chaotic energy. I don't think it's a good placement for Mercury necessarily, okay? Sagittarius can be philosophical, it can be intellectual, right? It can be very spiritual. But I personally don't feel that Mercury is very well suited in the mutable signs outside of Virgo, because that's home for Mercury, right? Virgo is a much slower intelligence, so I think that's fine. But I don't like it, is my point. I don't like it in Sagittarius. I don't like it in Pisces. I don't like it, and I don't like anything in Gemini. Gemini is too chaotic. Once again, no offense to the Geminis, because my father was a Gemini. So I'm not putting down the signs themselves. I'm putting down the energy of the planets in those signs, and specifically Mercury in this case is a really bad one for mutables. So now that I've said all of that, we're going to get started, like I said, with Aries. I'm going to start with the Urban Crow and just get a feel for the energies that are coming out. And then we're going to clarify with hopefully just one card from the Dreamkeeper's Tarot. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. Tell me about Aries in Mercury retrograde. What might they need to redo at this time? One card for the redo, please. Oh. We'll take it. Oh. See? It's never just one card, guys. I'm going to put these all back, but I'll read them out to you. I don't even know what this is for. Perspective, community, mimicry. Okay. What should they perhaps remix at this time? Thank you. Much better. Risk. Okay. Protection and risk. I see a trend. What should they rethink? That was quick. If I can catch it. Waterproof. Ooh, okay. And then we have mischief kind of wanting to show its face. Aries, geez. Warning at the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me? Why do the fire signs get such scary energy? Man. If you haven't watched my most recent readings, then maybe don't, but the first fire sign, because I actually redid it because it's just like so traumatizing for the fire signs. It was the shadow readings, if you want to look for them. It was the first one, and then I redid it because the first one was so traumatizing and disturbing that I didn't think it could possibly be applicable to a bunch of people. And here we go. So you might need to redo some sort of protection, Aries. You might need to remix. So tweak, rethink. I mean, I guess I can't reuse the words. Oh man, there's so many words that start with re, huh? So something you might want to reconsider or think about here is your risk, the risks you're taking, and then the rethink position, which is something you might want to avoid or not go forward with, is waterproofing. The first thing that comes to mind is something to do with your home insurance, water damage, or like potentially like if you have a basement or some sort of foundation, waterproofing, something like this. And of course the trains go crazy during fire sign readings. This is very disturbing already to me. I'm easily disturbed, I guess. But yeah, so protection could be a lot of things, but the first thing that came to my mind was insurance. And then I see risk. And that just, I mean, scary. Let's just clarify before I go crazy. We have number 38, 41, and 53, if that means anything to you. Page of Swords. Tell me more about the protection. Hold on. The Two of Pentacles. Tell me about the risk. Page of Wands. One more. Nine of Pentacles. What's waterproof? The Moon. One more for waterproof. The Devil. Nine of Swords and the King of Swords on the split with the Ten of Pentacles. Aries, I feel like some of this feels similar to the shadow reading. Some of the same issues, I feel like. This one does seem to be focused more on your finances. I don't remember if I talked about finances very much. But I definitely got the feeling in that reading that someone could be trying to harm you. And now we have these coming out. Okay, first of all, we have 2 pages here. Swords and Wands. If you have children, I feel like you might want to keep an eye on them extra closely at this time. This one over here is giving me a feeling of like there might be some sort of imbalance, instability. I'm being careful because I know how sensitive people are about their children, but like this person could be struggling, an air sign potentially with the Page of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius child could be struggling and might need extra protection from you, assistance from you at this time. And if you have another fire sign in your life who's a child, I feel like you need to be careful of how much independence you give them, or how much, like if they're on their own or they're taking on too much. I mean, I don't know how old, how old you would consider a child. I would think these are children, right? Like under 18 children, but you translate it. However, you might want to be careful, especially if this is a girl child, okay? Because I'm being really drawn to this woman's red dress, and while it's a perfectly acceptable dress, right, for an adult woman, it's giving me a weird vibe sitting next to a card that right now I'm talking about as a child, all right? So just be careful if you have a fire sign child. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're a fire sign or not, I guess, but specifically if they are a fire sign child, I'd be careful what they're doing, how they're presenting themselves. There we go. That's a good way of putting it. And whether or not they might be putting themselves at risk in some way. And either way, if you have a child, okay, I don't care what their sign is, I feel like they could need extra protection at this time, extra oversight from you into their activities, into what is going on in their life. Be more curious, ask more questions, be more involved, because I feel like that is a potential problem here. Okay, if that's not applicable at all, then I feel like you could be having financial problems, right? You could be playing fast and loose with your money, or someone else might be, okay, because there is this like dark looming presence I feel in your reading. It could just be my own paranoia left over from, having flashbacks from the shadow reading, but I definitely felt a dark looming presence in that fire sign reading that was not you, that was someone else who is a potential threat to you. And in this particular reading right now, I feel like money is probably the issue. Your stability, even. It doesn't have to necessarily be actual money. It could just be like your energy and your stability. I feel like someone could be playing some kind of childish games to mess with you to potentially extract information from you, to take money from you, okay? Like, this is literally like what this feels like. And I mean, that was my very first reaction to these cards, was someone's taking your money, or someone's trying to take your money. All right. So once again, let's pretend maybe there isn't a dark looming presence, because I don't want to freak you out. I certainly don't want that to continue if it's not real. But this could just be you, okay? I think you need to potentially look into different ways to make money, different ways to maintain your balance. Like I said, this could be about energy, this could be about money. I could go either way. It could be both, right? Because when your energy is not balanced, it's hard to go out and get them, right? So you might need to, I don't know, do some moonlighting, some side gigs type stuff, right? You might need to look for an extra source of income. I mean, certainly the holidays are coming up for a lot of people. We need extra money, things like this. So that could be a stressor. And I feel like the reason that's stressful is because somebody is taking too many risks. Like, somebody's spending too much, right? Whether it's you, whether it's someone else, you probably are very aware of it. Maybe not. All right. And I think that's about all I have to say. I already mentioned I'm serious about the insurance stuff. Look over your insurance policies. Make sure that you're protected, especially from flooding or water damage of something like this, okay? If you have insurance, if you need it, okay? If you need insurance, get some. If you have insurance, look over your policies and make sure you have the proper protections in place. I feel like there could be something coming up here involving water, whether it be flooding or, you know, blizzard, snowstorm, hurricane, I don't know. You never know anymore what's going to happen. And it doesn't matter where you live, it could happen. So look over your insurance protection, make sure that it has everything you need in it. Because with the waterproof and the moon and the devil, I mean, this could be this could be potentially something hiding, lurking in the shadows that you don't see, okay? We have Capricorn energy here, and we have Pisces Cancer energy with the moon. All right? So either any of those three signs could be relevant. So definitely, if you are aware of any people who are a Pisces, Cancer, or a Capricorn that gives you a bad vibe, something like this, rethink that specific person, I want to say. And when I say rethink, I mean probably avoid. All right? I mean, and I'm a Pisces with a Cancer rising, so avoid me. Avoid me. If you're getting bad vibes, or, you know, you feel like something's off, I don't care. You got to do what you got to do to protect yourself and mitigate your risk. So, all right, so if that's not the case, all right, there's something here about emotions. There's something here about, well, potentially, I don't even know, and I'm a psychologist, so I should know. I'm not sure what to call this. This sort of is giving me like a post-traumatic stress disorder vibe, but it could be depression. Okay? So, and I guess what I'm saying there is you, yourself, or potentially someone in your life could be suffering with some sort of trauma or depression here, that maybe they're not treating, or something like this. Alternatively, I definitely feel like this could be somebody who's manipulating you and lying to you, trying to make you believe that they have trauma or that they have depression and that they're suffering when they're not. Okay? With this waterproof card, I mean, water and tarot, spiritually speaking, water is emotions. And this person, this crow, who I kind of feel is a person, is waterproof, right? This person doesn't actually have emotions. And this is coming. The devil and the moon are clarifying this. And I'm sorry, but those are two very ominous, potentially dubious energies. Okay? So, this is making me think that you need to rethink someone in your life who is potentially manipulating you, making you believe that, I don't know, man. But it's giving me a bad vibe. But I think it's either that or, well, like I said, flooding insurance, get that stuff checked out. Or it's you. And you are suppressing your feelings or denying that you have feelings, denying that you might have some sort of depression or trauma. All right? I feel like you're putting on a waterproof face, so to speak, that might be a facade, or potentially you're just so far gone about something that you literally just feel numb. And I mean, to be honest, retrogrades can stir up our emotions and they can bring things back. They can make that tough exterior crack a little bit. So that might be something it's just to be aware of, to look out for. You really need to, I feel, process something if that's relevant. Okay, I hope all of that made sense. We're just going to move on and close with this. What is this? The universe has your back. Let's see what messages from this deck for Aries, please. One message for Aries. All right, the card you're getting, Aries, is the presence of love. Well, can you see? Will always cast out fear. Make sure you can see that. Yeah. All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to move on to Taurus now.